All right, do you guys remember the horror stories that emanated from Ohio a few months back, specifically from that small town of Springfield, Ohio, where illegal Haitians were reportedly eating house pets? Well, remember that? They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats. Terrified residents were drowned out by the corrupt media, and I'll get to that in just a second, simply for exposing what they were seeing with their very own eyes at the end of their driveways. Trump was the only leader to really look into this, which had a handful of people, a ripple effect. Suddenly, the internet was full of hysterical memes showing Donald Trump dressed for war, riding a house pet, or with his arms filled with ducks. They called him and anyone who spoke up about this insane, yet here we are. The viral body cam video that started this hysteria, seemingly showing a Haitian illegal eating someone's cat at the base of their driveway, is now resurfacing. The story went away despite the smear attempts against Trump and all of the memes. It's been several weeks since anyone really sounded the alarm about this. So why is this video resurfacing now? Well, as always is the case, we weren't so crazy after all, now were we? The Haitian animal who everyone on the left was defending was just sentenced to 30 months in jail for doing exactly what we saw her do, which was eat somebody's cat. The Democrats wanted us all to doubt our lying eyes, but sometimes what you see is really what's happening. It's that simple. Sure, the main takeaway here is that these filthy pet-eating alien invaders are a danger to society. They are, but so is listening to the mainstream media. They lied for them. They lied for Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. Real people saw this happen, and their very real concerns were completely ignored. The media is a very powerful tool. Unfortunately, with great power comes great responsibility, and the corrupt corporate executives care very little about that. On the bright side, Kamala Harris's election embarrassment has definitely opened some eyes on the left after relentlessly lying and defending Biden, Harris, and all of them, and their advocates. I think these talking heads are starting to fear for their futures. That's probably the only way to explain Congressman Dan Goldman getting absolutely annihilated, where? On the home field of CNN.
In July of 2023, just after that plea deal fell through, this is what you said. I want to watch.
Do you think a pardon for his son would be a mistake?
Yes, and I don't think there's any chance that President Biden is going to do that.
What does that feel like, watching yourself back then, reassuring people that Biden was not going to issue a pardon for his son?
Yeah, and I think that if that plea agreement and that plea deal had gone through, there would be no pardon. That was a satisfactory outcome.
It had already fallen through.
That only was. Sorry?
When you reacted, this was when the deal had fallen through.
Yeah, oops. Dan Goldman has nowhere to go, has no idea. Let's all take a second and appreciate the absolute look of terror on that man's face. He's a scared little man, not very bright either. I think he's heir to some fortune that he married into. Scared little man, nowhere to turn, nowhere to hide. Not even CNN is standing behind Dan Goldman. That's the look of a man who has made a career off of lying to the American people. The post-Biden political graveyard is starting to fill up with bodies, and we are loving it every second of the day. Fortunately for America, the Trump transition team is working at lightning speed. Right now, they don't want to move into the White House and take their time to get comfortable. In fact, it's the exact opposite. Jason Miller, senior advisor to Trump forever, gave the world an update about where Team Trump stands today and why we shouldn't be surprised to see basic actions, big actions, day one.
Laura, there's a massive advantage to where we are in 2024 versus 2016. By Thanksgiving, President Trump had his entire cabinet built out. So many of these top nominees in place. He had his chief of staff, Susie Wiles, already named, ready to go. It was way down the road for President Trump to be in this position in 2016. What this means is the policy team, folks like Stephen Miller and folks like Vince Haley, can step in on day one and get this done. I'm excited.
You hear that? The policy team ready to go. Day one, music to our ears, my ears especially. The roster is stacked. Plans are in place to immediately make America great again, starting day one, January 20th, 2025. The sense of urgency is simply a reflection of where we are as a country right now. America, we need help. Every day is precious. Every day this country gets more and more insane. We have no rule of law. The media clearly cannot be trusted. Our streets are overrun with illegal animals. And wokeness is being shoved in the faces of our children. America's acting like a third world nation. Thankfully, we may have righted the ship with the right decision last month. The countdown to Inauguration Day is on, and it can't get here fast enough.